please tell me you saw Joe's 1,000-yard stare, bro. Right. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Me and this nigga right here, me and Jesse are producing a show in a bodega.
Yeah, March 23rd at 684 College Street in Toronto. So make sure you guys show up. The Greenhouse, Chop Cheese Comedy.
DA Greenhouse on Instagram.
Yeah.
But we are starting a show. It's going to be a very different show. It's in a bodega. So we're very much going to be in line with that vibe and theme for the show.
Definitely.
We're going to be chopping it up every month. Different themes and different subjects. It'll be mostly me and Jesse, but then we'll bring in our friends to round out the show.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that if you're in the Toronto area and listening to the podcast. I want to talk about how Katt Williams was just on the Joe Rogan podcast. Which I kind of feel like I'm hearing a bunch of different like people's reactions to this, and I some of them I kind of agree with. It's like it's almost like Joe was kind of subtly forced, you know, to like it's
to
almost
bring
like
him on.
To bring him on the way Katt kind of attacked him and his whole crew.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. When Joe has vocally been like, I like Katt Williams in the past and all that shit. He's saying Joe doesn't want me on his podcast. He has 6 unfunny comedians he has to promote.
Oh shit, I remember that. Yeah.
So I don't even really want to because this is Joe Rogan podcast. This nigga has all the promo in the world.
Yeah.
What I do want to mention though, because you didn't watch it, right?
No.
But you saw the Shay Shay?
Yeah, I saw the
Shay Shay. Gay. So when he was on there, he was talking about how Joe Rogan carries a crew of unfunny comics that he's like built around like Brendan Schaub and like Bert Kreischer and fucking all these guys.
Yeah.
That a lot of, you're like, yeah, these are my opinions. Not
no, I've never even listened to them.
Exactly. Let me take my shirt off. Fucking what? So after saying all the shit that Katt said, for him to go on the Joe Rogan podcast and for it to be this, like, for the majority of the podcast, kind of made me upset. Oh, wait, let me actually, because Dante's not here this week, I got to remember to do that. And bam, and now we got video. Like this. Like, natural. Yeah. Right. Look at the weed smoke, by the way, from the corner of Katt.
It's a skincare product.
Like, look how high these guys are. Right, like, this is skincare product, flavor profile.
That makes sense.
And that. Yo, please tell me you saw Joe's 1,000-yard stare, bro. Right. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
It was that for 3 hours, and they did not one time bring up the motherfucking shit that Katt said, bro. What? Like, that to me is almost like, was it scripted? You know, like...
Fam, that looks like they're sleeping, bro.
Well, they were they were high when it started. And they were smoking the entire time, bro. Like, Katt was just like I was doing this episode, but like this is just a regular 1 gram joint.
Yeah.
Katt was smoking a blunt, and then I think another blunt, and then I think another blunt, which is fine. But then like
you're comatose the whole fucking
bro.
fam.
And they were just talking about alien, like it was like literally the like Joe Rogan experience highlights, like every like aliens, conspiracies, all that shit. But then they never once brought up the fact that Katt said your crew is unfunny, bro.
So there was no groundbreaking shit.
Nothing
for 3 hours.
For 3 hours, it was them getting high and just talking about rocks and aliens.
Nah, that's fucked, bro. I'm kind of like disappointed at the fact that I would have thought that Katt would have brought it up, even if Joe didn't.
The fact that like the thing was though, because you didn't see it, like they were obviously being very cordial. You know, they were being very respectful.
Yeah.
You could tell, like they said, they've never met each other before, so this is the first time they met, and obviously it's probably awkward because the first time you're meeting, man's bashing your whole crew. But it's like,
but I think there still is a way to do that
respectfully.
Yeah, without disrespect. Not
it's like okay, so
be
obviously
like, yo,
we got to bring it up.
Yeah.
You had this podcast. It went viral. You said that all my friends are not good comedians.
Yeah.
You're mostly right. Maybe, and this is my own backwards
just
conspiracy
fun,
theory,
right?
maybe Joe didn't bring it up because he agrees.
But even if he did, you could still poke fun at it.
Of
course.
What I mean?
And then also
Bert does take his shirt off.
Yeah.
You know, I did tell Brendan Schaub to stop fighting and do comedy, which, look, Joe should just apologize to the world for that. Just apologize to the world for Brendan Schaub. And I think you'll win a lot of goodwill back from the people that.
How did people react to the podcast?
People love it. Yo, let's look at the comments right now, bro. People fucking love it. What are you talking about?
They loved it?
I believe so. From what I remember, where are the comment section? Like, why can't I see?
I don't know. That's why YouTube's fucking crazy.
There it is. Okay. It's just a marijuana talk, Joseph. Katt Williams is the best at delivery. Katt Williams just needs to go on a podcast tour at this point. Every mic he touches turns to gold. Like, honestly, this was not a good podcast. Bro, what are you talking about? Katt's trying to dodge assassination attempts in each sentence. That's hilarious. Shannon Sharp making everybody want to interview Katt Williams. That's true.
That is facts.
Let me just scroll down a little bit. See if we can find one negative. Not people. Okay, what's this? Not people figure out. Something is there to be figured out. Katt, you, sir, just unlocked my mind on so many levels. Not people figure out. Something is there to be figured out. Okay. Whatever that quote means, I guess that unlocked something in your mind, or was that sarcastic? On 1 hour 58 minutes, the Katt Williams wanted to explain is called Abrahamic religions. Yes, okay, I remember that part. Anyways, like, damn, I just expected a lot more.
Yeah,
I expected a lot more, so I'm kind of whatever. But go check that out if you're into that. By the way, if you want to hear the history of the podcast, we're back cataloging all of it on the Patreon. So if you want to subscribe to the Patreon, it's AKA Black Zeus on there. It's right now, there's 2 tiers that are discounted. All right. So they're $5 and $10, but you can get them both for half price. And there's like limited seats for that. It gives you access to all the good shit. And then there's joke tiers above that if you want to support. Or just hit the subscribe and we will release the comedy special on YouTube when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Jesse, before we get into this, you want to plug anything?
Yeah, I've just released my debut comedy album, Baby Goat, available on all streaming platforms through Comedy Records. Shout out to Comedy Records. And we also got my short film is out now on YouTube, which we would really like to get people to view out, like check it out, Tales from the Mendem. Because, you know, the hope is the more people we could reach, the more we could pitch this to, like, you know, other networks and stuff like that. Hopefully turn this shit into a series. Because, fam, I'm telling you, this is something that I feel like has been needed in Toronto for a minute, and like there's a lot of culture behind like what we're trying to push and like the comedy and all of that stuff, as well as the production value. So like if people are on board, they like what they see, I would appreciate the support. Check it out. You know what I mean? Show some love, all that.